is CTV News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. The U.S. Coast Guard was called to Lakeshore today for an ice rescue on Lake St. Clair. First responders, including Essex Windsor EMS and Lakeshore Fire, joined the Coast Guard at the edge of Ross Beach Road. They responding to a call for help from two men on a four-wheeler on the ice in Lake St. Clair. According to the OPP, the ice cracked and gave way, stranding them from shore. The Coast Guard rescued the two people who did not appear to be submerged in the frigid water. The OPP say the men were not hurt. In LaSalle tonight, Town Council has rejected a hockey tournament's ask to reduce ice fees. The convener of the upcoming OFSA tournament at the Vollmer complex approached council tonight. While OFSA requires they book 2-hour ice slots, the convener says games typically only need about 90 minutes. They wanted to be billed for 7 less hours when the ice wouldn't be in use. The change would cost about $1,200. In return, the tournament would offer LaSalle free sponsorship opportunities. However, council turned down the request, saying it would set a bad precedent.
Everything that gets really rented at our municipality is for a charity or for a school group, and we just can't discount every single program that comes here. And so we had to create a policy that we didn't waive fees, and so that's something we just upheld this evening. Is one of our policies that we implement multiple times throughout the year.
The town of Lakeshore has made their position clear on how social housing is administered in the county of Essex.
It's a $3 million spend per year to upstaff it so that we can duplicate and replicate what's already happening with our service manager. A better approach would be...
Lakeshore Council unanimously supported a motion by Mayor Bailey to stick with the current agreement for social housing. It is handled by the City of Windsor for the city and the county. In recent months, Essex Town Mayor Sherry Bondi has been critical of that model, saying it needs to change so the county has more say about the decisions that are made. While supportive of revisiting the agreement to find ways to help more people, including the homeless, Lakeshore Council does not want to get into the business of social housing.
This is a provincial issue where it is set up for Windsor to deliver. And the thing that needs to be done, in my opinion, is better communication and implementation of the services.
We have a similar agreement with the city on EMS, emergency services, and it works fine. If there's any glitches or issues, the parties get together and they work them out.
We're now taking money away, creating redundancies where those dollars could be going to the people that actually need it. And I don't need the redundancies. I need money to solve the problem.
To Washington now, where winning is one of the themes of U.S. President Donald Trump's State of the Union address tonight at the U.S. Capitol building. In attendance, lawmakers, military leaders, Supreme Court justices, and some special guests that Trump introduced in dramatic fashion.
You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
Team USA's men's hockey team beat Canada in a heartbreaking overtime loss in Sunday's gold medal final. Earlier today, the U.S. men's team visited Trump in the Oval Office. The gold medal winning women's team declined the invitation, but Trump said tonight they will be visiting the White House at some point. Much of the start of Trump's lengthy address focused on commending Americans for their bravery and actions this past year. Meantime, new American tariffs are now in effect, coming in at 10%. That's lower than President Trump had indicated over the weekend. The U.S. Supreme Court had blocked many of his sweeping import taxes last week, prompting Trump to threaten a 10% global rate. But then on Saturday, he said it would be 15%. According to official documents today, the tariffs have been confirmed at the lower rate with no directive issued for an increase. Back here at home, tomorrow will be day 200 for locked out Titan Tool and Die workers. Today, they blocked a transport from entering the factory because they allege the machines are running inside.
We hear the press is running, yeah. Press 30, press 53, and then some other presses too.
Blocking transports from entering Titan's factories goes against a Superior Court injunction from last spring. The union, however, is alleging they have to do something, as they believe the company is bringing workers in to do their work at a sister plant across the street. CTV News has reached out to the company multiple times, but even today we have not heard back. Union leaders say workers deserve to know if they will be negotiating a closing agreement or a new collective agreement.
It's not sitting well with our local union, it's not sitting well with Unifor. And today we called for an action, and we're going to be standing here today supporting our member, and we're going to make sure this company are not going to take us for granted. Be truthful to those workers who work hard all their life to make sure their life is much better.
In other news tonight, avian flu has been confirmed in Amherstburg. CTV's Travis Fortnum reports on the situation and the impact.
Bird flu has been detected at a commercial poultry farm in Amherstburg, triggering containment efforts across the county. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency flagging the case February 19th, within hours declaring what it calls a primary control zone, putting strict limits on moving birds, eggs, and related products in the surrounding area. That zone covers a large swath of southern Windsor, Essex, stretching from LaSalle through Amherstburg's farm country all the way to Lake Erie and the U.S. border. The goal? Stop the virus from spreading and protect other farms in one of Ontario's key agricultural regions. The CFIA has not said which farm is affected or how many birds are involved. And while they deal with the animals, the Windsor-Essex County Health Unit handles the humans, working to identify, contact, and monitor anyone who may have been exposed.
It's very low risk for somebody to become infected with avian influenza.
The health unit is now reaching out to farm workers, making sure they're feeling okay and that they know what symptoms to watch for. And if anyone were to get sick, they'd handle the contract tracing from there.
Those that have been exposed at this point, we've provided with public health measures. Right now, we don't have any confirmed human cases of avian influenza within Wichu.
Dorothea Service, Director of Public Health Programs and Chief Nursing Officer for the health unit, says most prevention comes down to proper safety equipment, like masks, gloves, and boot covers, already standard practice on poultry farms.
It is there in community. There's general health messaging. If you see any dead birds, to stay away from them.
This is not the first sign of bird flu in the region recently. Just 2 months ago, infected crows were found in Chatham, Kent. But health officials stress right now the risk to the public remains low as they continue monitoring closely. Travis Fortnum, CTV News.
CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald says it might be a messy morning commute. He'll bring us his exclusive forecast in 2 minutes' time. Then later, we're learning tonight that North America's largest independent steel producer is hiring local workers. We have the details later on. CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald joins me now. And Gary, at 6, you were talking about snow in the forecast overnight. Obviously, we all want to know, is it still there tonight at 11?
I think so. Good evening once again, Michelle. Folks, freezing drizzle added to the mix along with snow and flurry activity. The winds have increased, and we'll see that steadily through the early morning pre-dawn. So it's chilly. We've got active weather or accumulations. They're light, generally speaking, across the region, but freezing drizzle and snow could means some issues in terms of your traveling. So watch out for slippery, icy surfaces. Reached a high of about, well, anywhere from -1 to +1 in extreme southwestern Ontario. And with those temperatures hovering around the freezing mark, therein lies that transition that this system that has broadly produced snow, a blanket along a boundary right across the heart of Wisconsin into Michigan and now into Ontario, has brought some significant snowfall already, especially along the eastern shores and further inland as we look towards Lake Huron and Georgian Bay. For us, really just a light dusting, but 1 to 2 centimeters now and into early tomorrow morning. Well, that could mean some icy conditions as temperatures will hover around the freezing mark. We may get some melting and then the refreeze so that by morning rush hour, we're dealing with some patchy black ice potentially. And note with this snowfall graphic where we're likely to see the heaviest amounts, double digits or near that, as we work our way east of London towards Kitchener-Waterloo, even the GTA looking at about 5 to 10 centimeters of snowfall. So keep that in mind for business and travel plans for leisure, no doubt, over the next, say, 12 to 24 hours. Overnight temperatures, again, down to about -1. So there will be a freezing component at the surface. And then tomorrow it's about flurries and temperatures going from warmest in the morning. It's just when it rolls in, +1 at 8 a.m. to about -2 at 5 p.m. It will be a cloudy, windy, chilly day. Some sunshine, though, and warming temperatures Thursday into Friday, Saturday, +1, 12, and 9. Imagine that. Before things cool off and get chillier with flurries. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, a week from now, maybe even an icy mix. Michelle?
Thanks, Gary. The situation in Mexico appears to have calmed down after deadly cartel violence erupted on Sunday. CTV's Avery Haynes reports for us tonight from Puerto Vallarta.
I want to show you the destruction that was left by the Jalisco cartel rampage on Sunday. This used to be a convenience store. If you look way back in there, there's still beer in the cooler. Oxo's kind of like 7-Eleven, and more than 100 of them were hit across this region. Here's how they did it. They take bags of gasoline, throw it inside, leave a trail of gas, and then set it on fire. Just down the street, the parking lot is a graveyard of burnt cars now being cleaned up. The big news for Canadians who have been stranded here since Sunday is that the airport is open again. Long lineups as travelers are about to end a vacation they will never forget.
It's been harrowing. You're having such a great time, and all of a sudden, without any warning, this happens and you're in a shock.
Were you scared?
A little bit, because I have my daughter with me. And
these are not sunsets and beach photos. Oh my Lord.
Oh yeah, there it is.
It'll be a good story to tell. I mean, we're just happy that we're safe.
If you have to be confined, sheltering in place in a resort on a beach with a pool and an open bar, you know, it could be worse. But yeah, glad to be going home though. And it's a real shame because it's a lovely place. The people are wonderful, and this is going to be a black eye.
55,000 Canadians are registered with Global Affairs as being in Mexico. That number is getting a little smaller now that the planes are taking off again. But there's frustration at the airport, too, because some Canadians say they can't book another flight. Avery Haynes, CTV News, Puerto Vallarta.
There's a new scam circulating locally, one allegedly sent by law enforcement. CTV's Stephanie Mazzotti explains.
Notify the RCMP. They are well aware this is occurring.
That's what former OPP Commissioner Chris Lewis recommends if you receive this email allegedly from the RCMP. It states, you have committed crimes, viewed prohibited websites, and shared nude images of minors, punishable by imprisonment for 5 to 15 years or payment of a mandatory fixed fine. We request your response within 24 hours. Otherwise, you will be registered as a sex offender and we will file criminal charges against you. The Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre confirms this is a fraud. Do not send money under pressure and do not reply to threatening messages.
It's really not all that difficult, to be honest, to go online, find crests, save them, download them onto a PDF, and make something that looks real. It isn't.
If you take a closer look at the headline, it reads Royal Canadian Mountain Police instead of Mounted Police.
Some of the spelling and grammar in there are just not right. They talk about the state. Well, there's no states in Canada and other provinces.
It also appears to come from an email address almost identical to the RCMP's legitimate address. The only difference, the real email address uses a hyphen and ends in .ca instead of .org. We also asked Google if info at rcmpgrcca.org is a scam. The response, yes, it is a scam, and that it is part of an ongoing fraudulent phishing campaign imitating the RCMP.
If the RCMP are after you because you've got something on your computer, they are not going to send you an email to warn you of that. You'll know they're interested in you when they come through your door with a search warrant and seize all your stuff.
So what steps should you take if you receive this email or a similar one? Do not reply to the email. Do not click any links or open attachments. Delete the email immediately and report it to the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre.
Call the RCMP and say, hey, I just received this thing. I don't know what it's all about. I am not a criminal.
Stephanie Mazzotti, CTV News.
A weekend garage fire caused $100,000 in damage. It happened at this home at L'Esperance and Lessard around 10:30 Saturday. Fire Chief Wade Bondy says it started when a pickup truck caught fire in a driveway and the flames quickly spread to a detached garage. Damage is estimated between $880,000 and $100,000. Chief Bondy says there is nothing suspicious about the fire and fortunately no one was hurt. Windsor City Council wants a bylaw developed around copper sales. All of this in reaction to the vandalism that took out the lights at the Malden Park sliding hill. Ward 3 Councillor Ronaldo Agostino wants the city to follow Brantford's lead and ban cash payments at scrapyards. The bylaw would also require a permit and ID system for metal sellers. Agostino is calling on Windsor to also join a province-wide push for a scrap metal law to prevent stolen goods from being sold in neighboring cities. Meantime, new reaction tonight to a council debate about panhandling. Christine Wilson Furlonger with Street Help downtown says the focus should be on improving access to housing and not discouraging help. On Monday, as we reported, Council asked administration to explore the idea of posting signs at popular panhandling locations to discourage donating to people directly and instead encouraging those to send a donation to an agency or a charity instead. Wilson Furlonger says the idea misses the point.
If you see that person out there suffering and cold and hungry and you want to give your money directly to that person, that's your choice. I respect that. We should all respect that fact. And that we can't silence people and say, we're going to end this solution or we're going to end this problem with this solution because it's a non-solution.
Harrow-founded Atlas Tube Industries is hiring. They're looking specifically for 433A millwrights to join the local team. The wage is $40 per hour plus an additional $19 per hour on average in weekly incentive payouts. New hires are also eligible for a $10,000 signing bonus. According to the news release, Zeckelman's Harrow facility hasn't had a layoff in 15 years. Applications are now open and hiring is underway. Go to our website, ctvnewswindsor.ca, for a link. Canada's main stock index rose on the strength of industrial stocks. In Toronto, the TSX gained 194 points, and in New York, the Dow added 370, while the Nasdaq is up 236. The Canadian dollar fell 0.1 of a cent, and on commodity markets, gold is down almost $50 an ounce, and oil dropped 68 cents a barrel.
Start your day with the latest local news. By signing up for our newsletter, you'll get direct local content straight from CTV Windsor to your inbox, including top stories, the forecast, and videos. You can sign up at ctvnewswindsor.ca.
The Maple Leafs returned to the ice for the first time since the NHL's Olympic break today. The team can now say it's captained by a gold medal winner, and Austin Matthews made a stop at the White House today. CTV's Sean Leathong has the details.
The end of the Olympic break for the Leafs, but they're without their captain, as Austin Matthews is with most of his Team USA teammates at the White House in Washington.
That's pretty cool. Excited for him. I'm sure I'll be watching it on TV.
Matthew Nyes is one of 8 other American-born players on the Leafs who are waiting to greet their captain when he returns.
I mean, I'm going to give him a big hug and congratulate him. I don't know if the Canadian guys will do the same. But
I'm sure the American guys will, give him, big handshake, big hug, and, congratulate him. And, I'm sure the Canadian guys will do the same, but, just maybe a little, less enthusiasm about it.
The U.S. defeating Canada 2-1 in overtime for the gold medal on Sunday, as Swedish Olympian and Leafs teammate William Nylander expressed his congratulations despite missing out on a medal himself.
He did an incredible job, and I mean, if there's anybody else that I wanted to win it, it would be him, for sure.
Matthews arrived in Miami from Italy yesterday, showing off his gold medal.
Still feels pretty surreal. I mean, I don't think we really realized the magnitude.
And while attending the White House is a big moment, Leafs goalie Joseph Woll, who is an American, says the accomplishment of winning a gold medal is the focus.
Just in general, winning a gold medal for the United States after 46 years, that's the big part.
For now, the focus shifts to the National Hockey League schedule again, with Austin Matthews joining the team tomorrow night for a game against the first-place Tampa Bay Lightning. The Leafs currently sitting in 7th place in the Atlantic Division. Sean Leathong, CTV News.
In Detroit, a 2-year-old Siberian Husky is safe after being stranded for a day on a sheet of ice near the Gordie Howe Bridge. As ABC's Jolie Sherman reports, the dog was showing signs of hypothermia in its paws when first responders got to the animal.
It stood out like a sore thumb if you was pretty vigilant and was looking.
It was Cedric Humphrey and his uncle Walter Cross who spotted this 2-year-old Siberian Husky.
We were riding upriver, and it was actually Cedric that spotted it.
They say they tried rescuing the dog, but were unable to reach him.
The pillars were too close together.
That's when they called for help, contacting the emergency animal rescue group known as the Karens.
My guess is it probably jumped down when everything was frozen. And I think just over the last course of the days when it warmed up, it kind of broke.
The group's co-founder, Chantel Riznicki, says she and her team quickly arrived on scene, prepared to rescue the dog, but couldn't access the culvert due to a fence around the site. So she called Michigan Humane, and first responders were out there the next day. This rescue mission is happening right behind me. You can see crews are here on scene, including the Detroit Fire Department. They've taken out a ladder and are trying to get the dog out of this middle tunnel here. They've also tried tossing him some treats, but the dog is too scared to come out. But a couple hours later, crews got the dog out of the tunnel and up over the wall and transported him to the Mackey Center for Animal Care. Michigan Humane saying this is why they train and thanking everyone involved. As for the fishermen, they say their takeaway from all this is always be aware of your surroundings.
It can save your life. You can save someone else's life, a dog life at that. So it pays off to be aware and be vigilant while you're out and about, not just on the water, but just in everyday travel.
In Detroit, Jolie Sherman, 7 News, Detroit.
Discussion here at Windsor City Hall.
Windsor's top stories.
A major project is about to get underway.
Breaking news alerts.
Severe weather is a possibility.
And watch live.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us.
Download the CTV News app.
A planned concert here in Windsor has now been canceled.
So many nights I can't remember.
Singer Charlie Crockett was due to perform at Caesars on March 1st, but the Canadian tour has now been canceled after Crockett was turned away at the border twice in 2 days. CBSA officials denied him access in Vancouver and Kelowna, stemming from a 2016 drug conviction. He posted this image online, writing, "Everyone's got a past, mine is still haunting me." Crockett added that Canada is a beautiful country with the best fans in the world. He hopes to return soon. Ticket holders will be refunded. suspended. On the plus side, large quadricycles, better known as pedal pubs, can now legally sell and serve alcohol here in the city of Windsor. Council voted Monday to opt into the province's pilot program through to April 2032 and allow up to 10 pedal pub licenses. The vehicles will be regulated as pedicabs and must meet strict municipal and provincial requirements. Operators are required to carry $3 million in liquor liability insurance, naming the city as an insured party, and must also obtain an AGCO alcohol sales license. Only passengers, not drivers, may consume alcohol, which must be served by a licensed attendant in non-glass containers. Ward 4 Councillor Mark McKenzie says the city's current operator, Pedal and Pour, is very popular, and he would like to see other operators in other parts of the city. And meteorologist Gary Archibald joins me one last time tonight with a potentially messy morning commute.
You're right about that, Michelle. So, flurries mixed in with maybe some ice pellets and freezing drizzle between midnight and 6 a.m. And some of us are early risers, maybe going out for a jog. I've seen joggers in the snow, no doubt. But you may even be starting a shift quite early. So watch out for icy roads and sidewalks. It is windy and cold tomorrow, even though we'll see maybe even 0 or +1. It gets colder through the midday and afternoon. Sunny and rebounding, and then some in terms of temperatures, especially Friday, Saturday. And then cold again and more seasonal values Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. In fact, we'll be looking at some flurries and maybe even some freezing, icy precipitation a week from now. Winter still has about 4 weeks left. Wherever you are, travel safely. Good night. Michelle.
And finally for us tonight, a Chatham-Kent employee has been recognized and thanked for quick thinking and courageous action.
He arrived at the door, he saw heavy smoke coming from underneath. Patrick opened the unit and discovered an individual still inside. Patrick extinguished the fire and then moved smoldering items to the patio outside into the snow to ensure the fire was completely out.
Patrick Humpage's actions are in relation to this fire at 85 Pine Street, also known as Maple Court in Chatham. It happened on June 10th last summer. Fire officials are still waiting for the cause and damage estimate, but Chatham-Kent officials believe were it not for Humpage's actions, the incident could have had a very different outcome.
Patrick, your swift actions, calm under pressure, and courage, dedication, and professionalism make you an outstanding member of our organization and a tremendous representative of the municipality of Chatham-Kent.
That's all the time we have for tonight. Thanks so much for watching. On behalf of the entire CTV News Windsor team, thanks for supporting local news. I'll be right back here tomorrow night at 11.